heaven and we're stuck in hell.
I mean, honestly,
That's my literal theory.
No, it's literally giving that. Like, as far as like maybe we live in like a simulation, like something. Because I'm just like, if you're that dumb to buy into Fyre Fest, like you've had documentaries about it.
No, literally, whole documentaries, and the guy went to jail. And he's like, I'm doing it again.
And I am happy that no celebrity is entrapped in this.
Well,
like,
yet.
Like poor Ja Rule. Well, okay.
Yet.
But if there is a celebrity that gets in, I could see like NLE Choppa. I could see
Tate McRae.
No. I could see NLE Choppa being like the face of it because he's like, no, we gonna make it pop. Yeah, you heard we take it. Or Zeus is gonna sponsor it.
No, you know who would do it? All the people that performed at the Trump inauguration.
Who did? Kid Rock?
Because they were like, well, yeah, he's like a fucking
Kid Rock and what's her name? Carrie Underwood. Fyre Festival. Who would go to that? You pay him
I'm going to Nashville in a couple weeks, and I was looking at restaurants for like dinner and stuff, and Kid Rock has a restaurant in Nashville. Jesse, do you want to hear the name of this restaurant?
MAGA Rocks.
No, that would literally be a better name than the fucking long ass name of this place. I sent it to my sister joking. I was like, we should go here for dinner. She was like, get the fuck out of my text. Kid Rock's big ass honky tonk rock and roll steakhouse.
Not the stage. This stage looks
Not
like
big ass honky tonk rock and roll steakhouse. You should have picked like 4 less words.
Well.
Why does it have to be big ass and rock and roll and honky tonk?
Well, we know
and a steakhouse?
We know the education on that side isn't the best. So
can't wait to go. Just kidding. I'm not going there.
Anyways, but you brought up Tate McRae. But before we talk about Tate McRae, hey-o!
Hey!
Welcome. We're back. Welcome to season 2.
We are so back.
That's what we about to do. Today going to be a real light episode. We ain't going to get too deep into the conspiracies. Maybe we will. But, we
never know.
Yeah, we just, something we wanted to tap back in with you guys. And by the end of this, we'll share a new documentary for you guys to watch this week so we can hop back into our regularly scheduled program by next week. But, welcome to Guns Blazing. Pew, pew.
Welcome to Guns Blazing.
Okay, so before we get into the other stuff, we gotta just talk about Tate McRae because you were the only person who replied to my Twitter account. Okay, the pop girlies are out, right? We got this whole new roster, and we got to talk about Oscars too. Because the nepotism of that Lisa girl being at the Oscars, like I'm like, who is this girl?
Why? Who is she related to?
I forget who she's dating. Or
she's dating like a billionaire or something, right?
Yeah.
She's like hugely famous though.
Is she?
Like worldwide, yeah.
Okay.
Like maybe I don't know so much in the U.S., but I'm like, because I was telling my friend who's Thai about White Lotus because it's in Thailand, and she's like, Lisa's on it. Like, people from other parts of the world are, like, very aware of her. She's extremely famous, yeah. Fair enough. I think she's, like, trying, like, with White Lotus. Into... Yeah, with, like, being in White Lotus and then Oscars, I think she's trying to, like, break into, like, the U.S. market a little bit more.
All right.
I've heard about her, for sure. Isn't she from Blackpink?
Yeah, that was another. That was another thing. I think so, actually. But that look, I'm old. Okay, I'm old. But I do still love the pop girlies, right? And so like Sabrina Carpenter, like I didn't love her when I've heard of her for years and years. So when people are like, she's a new artist, I'm like,
she's a Disney or Nickelodeon? Disney, I think.
But my thing with Sabrina is. What I love about her is she sticks to... My problem with a lot of these pop girls is they don't stick to a theme, right? Like when you release... Like when you think of Madonna, Britney, even Christina, they reinvented themselves with each album. They had an era. Right, yeah. Taylor Swift. Yeah. And like Britney Spears' The Circus, it's like all the songs gave a energy that, the whole concert was the circus. And I like that about Sabrina. Mm-hmm. Her concert is very like Nick at Night, like very that like 1950s, 60s Bewitched yes,
vibe,
energy. Yeah. And I like that. I think it's cute. And then, she'll probably drop another album and she'll probably be a dominatrix. Like,
yeah, you just don't know.
Right. Very Christina, back to basics to dirty, right? Mm-hmm. Those eras. My thing, though, with Tate McRae is because you put me onto her, actually.
Yeah, I love Tate McRae.
And I was like, because I heard the Greedy song. I was not a fan of Greedy because she's kind of hard to like understand. So, but you put on a couple tracks from that album. And I was like, okay. So I went and listened to her music. Her first album, obsessed.
Eats.
Amazing storytelling. The vocals, I can hear her pronunciate correctly. But I do know Max Martin does do that with girls. Mm-hmm. He likes to play with their vocals. That's why, you know, Britney was, like, she does those things. But my thing with Tate McRae that bothers me is this whole Britney narrative. And she says, I don't know why people are doing it. And I genuinely believe her because she's talented. She's an amazing dancer.
Dance, yeah.
And I think the people behind her are pushing the comparison. And I don't know if it's doing her favorably, personally, for me, because I want to listen to it, but then I just be like, y'all keep putting her in Britney Spears outfits. Every video has a touch of Britney. But I do like that Fast Car song. I like Sports Car, right?
Sports Car.
And I
Not
like
Fast Car, Tracy Chapman.
Yep. It's okay. I'm okay. I can do it anyway. Like, I like that one too. So I feel like she's finding her footing.
Well, I told her she's only 21.
But Britney was 21 by Slave for You came out.
Okay, but Britney was like
Britney.
Britney was Britney.
And that's
Britney
my
was a
point
different
of this. I want to know who Tate McRae is. You know what I mean? I don't want to know who this dancer is that is being mimicked as Britney.
You said she's more like Paula Abdul.
Well, because I saw this whole thesis about how Paula Abdul was a dancer first, and then they made her. I never really knew much about. I was watching a documentary on Paula Abdul on YouTube, and I was like, "That's so Tate McRae." Like, that gives me Tate McRae because vocally, I wouldn't say Tate McRae, like Britney, similar. Like, I wouldn't say she's an amazing vocalist.
But it's the performance.
Right, it's the whole
But
shebang.
her SNL performance was amazing.
Yes, and
Did
I
you
will
see
give.
it?
And so here's my thing, because this last video she dropped, the revolving door. Mm-hmm. And it's like, she's such an amazing dancer. And it's like, this is so chopped and edited, right? I want to see her do that in real life. And
did you watch the BTS?
Yes, but she slowly is doing things and recutting. But SNL proved me. I was like, see, you can step into your own. The performances had a story. And that's my thing with I feel like the revolving door was very like Beyonce, Me, Myself, and I-esque, where she like looks in all the mirrors of herself, but these are doors. But I don't know. I want to know. Maybe I need to see her in more interviews where she's not talking about comparison to Britney Spears and like her creative process. But I want that for her because I genuinely want to I need a pop girl. You know what I mean? Like, I'm desperate for a pop girl who can dance, sing, give a cute little bop bop bop. Because like Sabrina doesn't give me that. No. Sabrina will give you a little shoulder shimmy. Yeah,
nobody's dancing like Tate McRae.
Period. So
like Sabrina has like the aesthetics down. Chapel Rowan has like the vocal talent down and the songwriting down.
I also feel like Tate doesn't have the aesthetic down yet.
Not yet, but I think she's going to get there.
She's coming.
She's going to get there. Our Canadian princess.
Because right now, the only pop girl that can sing and dance is Doja Cat. And she just got ripped at the Oscars.
I know.
But she's
still my GOAT.
No, period.
She, like, talent-wise, like, I just don't know anybody that is doing it like her on every level
Beyonce.
Well, yes.
Because Beyonce sings,
but
raps.
To me, Beyonce is in her own lane.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
Beyonce is not even, like,
you're
in
not
the conversation.
Right.
No one is comparing. Do you know what I mean? But, like, Doja, like, as far as, like, rapping, songwriting, first of all. Singing. She's a good singer. Producing.
Personality.
Visuals. Yeah. Keeping things interesting. You know what I mean? And she can dance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just think she eats.
100%.
I love her.
And I do like problematic people. I'm not gonna lie. And so I follow.
I don't even think she's that problematic.
Oh, I wasn't talking about her.
Okay,
so I follow Azalea
Banks. Same. I mean, yeah.
And like, she is problematic, but like, she do be sometimes spitting some facts. It's like, you ever talk to a homeless person? And like, you just like low key, they right. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
100%.
They'll tell you a long ass story, and you're like, you're a psycho. But like, I feel you what she just said. Like the guy I did headshots for this past weekend. The homeless man that I gave headshots. He conned me out of headshots, but that's fine. Love that. Giving back. But Azalea was basically like, at first she ragged on Doja, but then she said as she heard the other performances, she thinks it's actually the sound person that made everybody sound flat. Because I forget who else performed those 3 songs. It was Ray.
Did you see Doja's tweet about it? Doja was like, okay, yes, I was nervous and I was a little flat or whatever, but like, I'm proud of myself. Like, I took a risk as an artist and like, people liked it. Diamonds are forever. I think she was trying too hard to sound like Shirley Bassey.
And before she went and performed it, I watched the thing where she was like, you know, it's an ode to Shirley, so I've been talking like this to get into character.
Can I tell you a Shirley Bassey story? So when I used to work for MAC Cosmetics, way back in the day, I'm old, everybody. Way back in the day, they released.
I love this top.
Oh my God, thank you, fashion brand company. My favorite designer ever, Penelope Gazin, I love you. So when I worked for MAC Cosmetics, they released a Shirley Bassey collection.
Oh.
And so MAC has their own music. So like even when you're in like a department store, like they have their own like music system that they can like play their own music. And literally it was Shirley Bassey all fucking day, every day. And then we also released a Dame Edna collection, and it was the same thing. It was Shirley Bassey all day, every day. And I was like, I can't do this. So I'm traumatized from Shirley Bassey forever.
Diamonds are forever.
That's the next pop girl we need. Where's the next Shirley Bassey?
I don't know.
Maybe it's me. Who knows?
Girl, this picture though, I'm like...
Legendary. It's giving legend.
She is a legend.
She is a legend.
She's a legend.
I mean, we can't argue with that.
All right,
she's no Kid Rock's big ass honky tonk rock and roll.
Come on down to Shirley Bassey's loud ass Diamonds Are Forever cabaret. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kid Rock, what are you doing, bro? But I don't expect.
Oh my God.
Are you gonna go to the Bluebird?
What the fuck is the Bluebird?
Is that real or is it just from Nashville? Did you watch
like
Nashville?
The show with Hayden Panettiere? Yes.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a real thing. It was based off a real thing. Hold on. It's like a famous where all the country singers go. They still go to it.
I mean, I'll go there.
Nashville. Because, girl, I was looking at tickets. I'm like, I don't know if I can go. Because why is it so expensive to fly to Nashville?
It's expensive, I know.
Like, what's going on in Nashville?
Do you know that Nashville is
the Bluebird it is a real place.
Oh, shit. We're going to have to go there. I'm going to drag my family there. The Bluebird Cafe.
Raina James. Good old Raina.
Oh yeah, here we go. I see it.
Yeah.
Wow, who's playing? Probably no one I fucking know because I don't like.
No, but it's like a comedy. It's like the comedy club on Sunset. Like,
it's
you
like
could
an
be
open
there,
mic,
and all of a sudden,
open
Kid
mic
Rock
vibes.
could just leave his big bass bass boombox and come on over and just be like,
big ass rock
"Bye,
and roll,
bye,
honky
Miss
tonk
American
steakhouse."
Pie." Drove my
Did
Chevy.
Did you see him? Okay, I love how we're talking about Kid Rock.
I love we went to the Oscars to Kid Rock.
He had 2 scandals recently.
What, he performed for Trump?
Well, that's not a scandal.
That's
Who
a
cares?
scandal.
No, it isn't.
Kidding.
He's literally white trash. No one's surprised.
Fair enough.
But do you know who Lauren Boebert is?
No.
Okay, I don't.
Why do you know who Lauren Boebert is? Is this a famous person?
I mean, yes and no. Hold on. We said we weren't going to talk about politics. We're not talking about politics.
No,
it's like pop culture.
Yeah. Kid Rock's Honky Tonk Blues.
I also don't give a fuck if you care.
Kid Rock's karaoke car.
Wait, so Lauren Boebert is this lady.
Oh, he got beef with her?
No, the opposite. So she's a U.S. representative. Lauren Opal Boebert is a gun rights activist, Colorado. So she's a U.S. representative in Colorado, and she's like a terrible person. Like, just like a real, like one of those like Republicans that's like on social media just trying to like fucking like fight and irritate people. Like one of those. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And so.
A rage baiter.
Yeah, she's a rage baiter. And she's married. I think she like recently got divorced, maybe. I don't know. But so she was out in Nashville, maybe. And Kid Rock had a fiance. And then was seen like leaving a bar with Lauren Boebert at like 2 a.m. and now does not have a fiance anymore.
Don't put me down a conspiracy path. I'm like, that's why you was at the inauguration.
And then also Kid Rock was performing at the big ass rock and roll Honky Tonk Steakhouse at his establishment, and like people weren't. He wanted people to clap along to his performance, and people weren't clapping.
On beat?
So no, just in general, like no one gave a fuck.
Yeah, first of all, we're eating. Like, it's a restaurant. So, like, bow with the bar, the bang, the bang.
I wish, low key, if he performed that.
I'm not gonna lie.
He ate that one little thing. He ate that.
That's the only song. And then the one song was Sheryl Crow.
Picture.
Whatever.
That's a karaoke.
But that's because I love Sheryl Crow.
Yeah, exactly. It's more of a Sheryl Crow, like, inspired, like.
Side note, did you know Sheryl Crow sang backup for Michael Jackson?
No.
Oh, there is a performance of her singing, and she sounds like fucking Michael Jackson.
Oh my god! No, she sounds like Michael Jackson.
It's Sheryl Crow. It's an insane performance.
Wow.
Go off, girl. But okay, back to Honky
But no,
Tonk
basically
Blues.
he wanted people to clap along, and nobody was clapping, so he got fucking like irate and like dropped the mic and like walked off stage. He's like, if you guys aren't gonna clap, then like I'm fucking out of here. Like at his own restaurant. And
you didn't
like,
perform Bar with the Bar.
Boo.
You didn't perform Bar with the Bar. Like, what do you want me to do? What the fuck do you want? What are the songs?
He's like playing like the guitar, like singing some like country songs. Play ball with the bar. I can smell a pig from a mile away. No, that's Cowboy. Cowboy, baby.
Oh,
remember that one?
I like that one too.
That was a good one.
No, Bar with the Bar. He was like, and all my friends at the methadone clinic. Giving TRL. We love it.
Goodbye. I cannot.
Anyways, back on topic to the Oscars, which were just as much as a hot mess as the Honky Tonk.
As Kid Rock's big ass Honky Tonk rock and roll steak.
Why y'all made Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande get up there just to lose the awards?
That's why they had them perform, for sure.
It's so disrespectful.
For sure. They were like, we're going to let you perform because you're not winning shit. Congratulations.
Matter of fact, why don't you perform not just Wicked? Why don't you perform Wizard of Oz, The Wiz, and Wicked?
Oh my God.
Like the good little birdies you are. And then you'll watch Amelia sweep.
I felt bad, though, for all the performers that came after Ariana and Cynthia because everybody else after that, it was like,
yeah, I mean, that should have been the last performance.
yeah, 100%.
Like, it's like, but
They
then
should
they're
not have
like,
opened.
yeah,
They
but then
should
it's
have
like, what kind of energy is that? Hey, you didn't win anything.
I
That's how you knew they
know.
weren't going to win anything.
True.
Because if they hadn't won anything, then they're like, well, get up there and dance,
Yeah.
pony.
Yeah.
So some people say that, and I did have this theory, but then you stepped in and said that. I'm like, the next movie's dropping this year. So maybe they were like, let's give it to Amelia this year, and then we'll give them
That
the awards
dumpster fire
next
ass movie.
year.
It's the worst movie
So
I've ever seen.
I haven't seen it. Have you guys seen it? If you've seen it, please
It's
leave
the
it.
worst movie I've ever
Because all I was like is like, the only thing I've seen is from the clips from the Oscars where they're like, man, woman, penis, vagina, ha, 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 ho, 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 he, he. It's like,
That's basically the whole
what the fuck is going on?
Okay, I told you. Do you want me to describe the plot?
Please tell me what this fucking movie is about, because I'm
Okay.
like, obviously trans people in Mexico.
Spoiler alert.
Okay,
everybody.
well,
if
I'm
you
not
haven't
watching.
seen it and you want to watch it, fast forward through the next 3 minutes. So basically, there is a trans woman who is the main character of the movie, played by Carla Sofia Gascon, who had this big scandal because she tweeted a bunch of very offensive shit about.
What's her name? Carla.
Carla Sofia. Did you see her tweets?
Oh, is that the guy Conan called out at the Oscars?
Yeah.
He was like,
yeah.
I'm Jimmy Kimmel. Okay,
Yeah.
yes.
So, Carla Sofia Gascon, she tweeted a bunch of extremely offensive shit about and nobody was spared. It was like offensive shit about Muslims, offensive shit about all different ethnicities. Selena Gomez, her co-star in the movie. Yeah, it was crazy. So, but anyways, the movie is about Carla Sofia Gascon plays a pre-transition Mexican drug lord. And this Mexican drug lord goes to Zoe Saldana's character, who is like a random paralegal. And I still don't even understand how she found her, but regardless. So she goes to her and she's like, I'm a drug lord. I need to transition because I'm a woman. And then this is the other weirdest part of the movie. So
Carla is trans in real life.
Carla is trans in real life.
Okay,
Yes.
because...
So...
And also, who is Selena Gomez in this movie? What is
her wife. Pre-transition.
Carla's wife.
Carla's wife pre-transition.
Okay. Drug lord's wife. Okay.
Drug lord's wife pre-transition. So this was the weirdest part of the whole movie. So the beginning of the movie, she's talking to Zoe Saldana, and she's pre-transition, but she's like, I'm a woman and I want to transition and I need your help because I need to like fake my death essentially. And I've been taking hormones for however long, and then shows Zoe Saldana her boobs.
Okay.
But I'm like, but you have a wife, and you have 2 small children, and your wife supposedly doesn't know, and it's like implied that they're like romantic with each other and sexually active, and then you're showing us your giant boobs.
Okay.
Your wife didn't notice your boobs at any point? Okay. So that's my first plot hole that irritated me. Then no one in the fucking movie can sing.
Well, yeah, because no offense, what's her name? Zoe?
Terrible. It's so bad. I literally cannot believe. Can't sing, can't dance. Written by... okay, so sorry. I got sidetracked with the plot.
I did too, because I just see the
basically,
visuals,
Zoe Saldana arranges for this drug lord to have...
a transition.
To transition, to have all the surgeries done, and fakes her death so that she can transition. And then she comes back, like some years later, finds Zoe Saldana, and is like, I can't live without my wife and kids. I'm going to move back to Mexico, but I'm going to pretend to be the drug lord's aunt. And then Selena Gomez and my kids are going to move back in with me, and I'm going to say that I'm the drug lord's aunt. It's like the dumbest plot. The plot is stupid. The music is terrible. Nobody can sing. And then on top of all of it,
who was the woman that went up there and was Is that the writer of the movie?
Yeah, the songwriter, because they won like best original fucking score or whatever they won.
And you know she got up there because she knew people was talking shit, and that's why she did.
Yeah, 100%. They were like, if we're gonna win, we're gonna torture you all because we know you hate it.
Fair.
Which fair, I would be the same way. But like on top of all of it, it's completely in Spanish, but it's written by French people. So none of it fucking makes sense.
Because Zoe Saldana is...
Dominican. She's not Mexican. And then Zoe Saldana had a super offensive...
That's what I was going to just talk about at the Oscars.
Yeah.
They were like, you talk about all these things, but you never really address...
A Mexican journalist asked her.
Yeah.
A Mexican journalist says, Mexico is supposed to be the heart of this film. So what do you say to all these Mexican people who are offended by how you guys portrayed this country and these people? And she said, respectfully, I disagree. I don't believe Mexico was the heart of this film.
I mean, I don't even know what the movie is about, and I assumed that's what majority of it was.
It's very much about Mexico.
The whole thing is you have to read subtitles, right?
Yeah, it's completely in Spanish.
Yeah, no.
But it's not even just that it's completely in Spanish. The whole movie is very much like poorly done, but culturally about Mexico. Like, because it's about how, like, first of all, a drug cartel leader.
Also,
Second
I would assume
all,
that trans is not a accepted
exactly,
thing.
It's culturally, like, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, of course it's the fucking heart of the movie is Mexico, you fucking numbskull.
Fucking weirdo. Yeah, I mean, the boldness of you getting up on stage and just like, I would be so ashamed. I'd be so embarrassed of myself. Like, Anora, what was that too? Because that
also a terrible movie.
Really?
I actually want to refer people to this article, this amazing article. I posted it on Instagram a while back, but I think it's worth just like telling people to go read it because it's really good. So this article, it is in Angel Food Mag, and the title of the article is The title of the article is Romance Labor on Sean Baker's Anora by Marla Cruz, who is a sex worker, writer. Her content's amazing. I highly recommend following her on Twitter. Her account is ProlPeach. But she wrote an incredible article
Is Nora about sex workers?
Yeah.
Okay. What is Nora about?
I mean,
Go ahead. Spoiler alert again. Fast
Spoiler
forward 3
alert
minutes.
again. Basically, Anora is about this woman who is an exotic dancer at a club in Brighton Beach, New York City, who meets this oligarch, I think is the correct term, who meets a Russian oligarch, like a wealthy Russian kid whose dad is some sort of royalty in Russia.
Okay, give him Pretty Women.
And
so far.
yeah. And then they get married, and then all sorts of chaos ensues. I won't completely.
But
spoil the movie.
what didn't you like about it?
I personally just didn't like. So, I really liked the first 45 minutes of the movie.
Okay.
Which was just really more centered on the relationship between Anora, the main character, and the guy.
Okay.
That was interesting to me. But then what happens is basically his family sends these goons to intervene because they don't want him to be married. They don't want anyone to get the family money, whatever. And so from that point on, the dialogue is just so repetitive. It's just these guys yelling. It's I don't know. You'd have to see it to understand.
Whole energy of the movie.
Yeah, for me, it's not even that it was offensive or whatever. I obviously
You're just where did
that's
this
why I
just
refer
go?
you to the article to read how sex workers felt about it, which it seems to me it was half and half split. Some people liked it, some people didn't. For me, the movie just wasn't an enjoyable watch for me.
Okay.
Which you're surprised because I normally really love Sean Baker.
Okay.
I loved, if you want to watch a much better movie by Sean Baker, The Florida Project with Willem Dafoe, King, is an amazing, amazing movie.
I actually feel like I might have seen that. That sounds really familiar. It came out years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's with Willem Dafoe, and it is about a single mom who lives in a motel.
Yes.
Oh my God, how good
yeah,
was
that was a good one.
movie?
Yes. I was like, okay, wait, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, that movie was so good. Much better than Anora.
Okay.
In my opinion. But yeah.
Poor
just
Wicked.
wasn't
Poor
very
Cynthia
good.
Erivo. I'm like, but I mean, she deserves
Demi Moore deserved Best Actress for
Totally
Substance.
agree. I'm going to be honest with you about, here's my thing with The Substance. I don't know what it was. I'm overall, it took me 4 times to really watch The Substance.
Really?
I kept falling asleep. I don't know. I don't know.
It's not a comforting movie. I'm shocked you fell asleep.
Could not get into it. I loved the beginning, and then somewhere around 35, 40 minutes in, for me, I would just kind of get lost.
Okay.
So then when I went back home, I was like, morning was like, now you're going to watch The Substance. As soon as it came on streaming, watched it. And I was like, okay, I enjoyed it. Very, for me, Requiem for a Dream.
Yes, I can see that.
It gives me a cult movie that, in the sense of, people are going to love it or some people are going to be like, my apartment here is a vibe. So, I'd be fun, I don't know, I couldn't. It's just something about it would not let me watch it. And the only other movies that ever was like that was, what's the Will Smith movie where he was the dating coach?
Hitch?
I could never get through Hitch.
I've never seen it.
I've never gotten through Hitch and Mouse Hunt. Those are the 3 movies that I'm not a fall asleep kind of guy.
I fall asleep in the theater during Ocean's 11.
But I will say, I wanted it for Demi Moore because she has just put the work in for so many years, and it's
and she really
the story this told.
And it was so, just her performance was so brave, to be in your 60s and be ass naked, rolling along on the floor with someone fucking 30 years younger than you,
but
and
still looking bomb.
And she looked amazing. Yeah, I think that was a big piece of the movie that I appreciated, was that it was all about how she was so scared of aging and not being attractive, and she's the hottest fucking older woman you've ever seen. So it just goes to show that nobody is immune to those feelings of as a woman especially, you know what I mean? Obviously there's ageism in our society across the board. Yeah. Disgusting.
Hate you, but incredible.
Yeah, very
because
good.
you played the fuck out of that guy.
Yeah, for sure.
You made me feel Lou Pearlman, get your fucking nasty ass.
Yeah, he was nasty. He was disgusting.
Creep.
The scene where he's eating the shrimp.
Yes. And then when he's smoking the cigarettes. Those are the things that reminded me of Requiem for a Dream. The pace of it. Requiem for the Dream is in my top 3 movies of all time. There's just something that stuck with that.
Have you ever read the book?
No.
that it's based on, Brighton Beach Memoirs. I highly recommend.
Ooh,
Very
okay.
good. Yeah.
Love that.
That was like when Jared Leto was still hot too.
Okay.
Like before Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah.
Was when Jared Leto was still hot.
He never.
I know people still find him hot, but
Yeah,
I
he
know
was
too
never.
many weird things about him.
Yeah, never my.
He was never your cup of tea?
No.
Have you seen My So-Called Life?
No.
What? Oh my god. Jesse, you have to watch My So-Called Life.
Right.
It's like the most amazing 90s, like quintessential 90s.
Okay, wait. My quintessential, like, let me see.
Claire Danes.
Oh.
In her breakout role.
Okay, wait. Let me not say no, because also we're old. Okay, yes.
You've seen it.
Yes.
Yeah, he plays.
No, it's a TV show.
Yeah, it's a
you
TV
said a
show.
movie.
Oh, wait, did I say it's a movie?
Okay, yes. 100% I've seen
Jared
this.
Leto. plays
Yes.
Gordon
Oh my God.
Catalano.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. 100%. Yes. Was this
my
on
hair,
Disney?
I had my hair in a bob in that color for some years, and it was inspired by that.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could really bring your eyes out with that color red.
I love red hair, but it fades so fast.
But I kind of like the fade on some people. Like I
For
feel
me,
like
I
you
need
could
it like vibrant.
I know you, because I know you're like a bright girl. But like I can see the acid wash of it. Oh, and like you could still rock it because you like.
Would be giving.
Yeah, and then you go.
You know what?
Then
though?
you go
My
to Kid
roots
Rock's
grow into-
bang a tang and a rang a tang bomb boombox bar.
Oh my god! No, I feel like I have to
Every
go.
day. Oh.
No, I feel like I have to go.
And really request if he's there.
But I
just
can't spend money there and give Kid Rock money.
True. I mean,
Or maybe
look,
I'll just go and get a glass of water.
yeah, and just be like, hey, bow at the bar. I'll clap.
I am excited. I know,
I'll
right?
clap.
For that one little thing. I'm excited to go line dancing. I've been learning line dancing.
All right, well, girls, she'd be trying to tell me because I'm like, I love it. I have line danced in the past, like years.
But like what? But like what?
No,
Like what songs?
in Massachusetts.
Okay, that
My
doesn't
uncle. No, he does a line dancing night in Massachusetts.
But what songs?
Girl, I don't fucking know what the fuck they are. I just be looking. I can pick up a dance really quick. I'm Greek, so I can pick up footwork really fast. So
You need to come to Stud Country with us.
no, I
It's so
know.
fun.
It was yes.
the best.
We do need to do it. I'm so down. Other than that, with the Oscars, like. Shout out to Ray for finally getting her American Flowers. I love that because I've been following Ray
Ray's
for
fire.
years.
She's insanely talented.
If you
I
do
don't
not
get
know,
why they didn't have Adele do it though. Like, no offense to her, but like, it's Adele's song.
because I think there's going to be a new 007
Oh,
thing, and I
they're
think the three of them are singing a song together.
Who's it? Oh, Lisa,
Lisa,
Doja, and Ray.
Yeah,
Do you think Margaret Qualley is going to be the new Bond girl? Do you think that's why they had her on there?
Ooh, maybe.
I still can't believe she didn't get nominated for The Substance for Best Supporting. That was shocking to me.
Yeah, because she definitely feels. You can tell, like in Hollywood, when someone feels a little, and this doesn't mean that they are not talented, but a little pushed, like onto. And
Well,
I
you know
feel
who
like
her parents are.
who?
Her mom is Andie MacDowell,
Oh,
the
no idea.
actress. Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe she would be a great Bond girl. She's hot, so
She's hot.
see
She's
her
cool.
body, like I could see her coming out the water, like how Hallie had her moment. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I could see it.
She's sexy. She's cool.
Who's
I
gonna
like
be
her a
Bond
lot.
is the more question for me. Are you
Timothy
guys?
Chalamet.
Okay, can I just?
I'm
Can you
kidding.
want to laugh at this?
Have we had a black James Bond yet? Because I know people have talked about wanting it to be Idris Elba,
No.
and there was someone else. He might be too old now.
Okay.
Although,
Wait.
Daniel Craig was older.
Hey Siri, what's the movie where the entire movie plays and then midway through the movie reverses the plot? No, it's not that one. Okay, I can't remember what it is. I will come up with it. It was a black actor.
Okay.
And basically, I remember watching it. So basically, they tell you the story, and then halfway through the story, the whole movie reverses. Not Inception, but it was very similar. And it was a black guy who played this character, and the whole movie, all I could say is this should be.
Memento?
No, that's what I
not
just
a black-
said.
Oh, okay.
Fuck, it's gonna irritate the.
Tenet?
Yes.
It's John David Washington, isn't it?
I just remember watching that movie and being like, this is basically the Black James Bond.
Well, do you know who that is?
Who? What do you mean?
The actor in Tenet.
Yeah, he would be great.
Yeah, it's John David Washington, Denzel Washington's son.
Yeah, but he should be it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense for sure.
Like,
but is James Bond older? I feel like James Bond is older.
Pierce Bronson was given younger.
He was like
James
in his
Bond.
40s, no? And Daniel Craig was older. That's why I think people have said Idris Elba because he's older.
I love Idris Elba.
You don't see it for him.
No,
I don't see that journey for him.
No, because I think like this kid would be perfect because he's got to be in his mid-30s. So okay.
That makes sense.
And give him 3 movies. Like let him be the new 007. Like that movie was incredible. Like he was incredible.
I feel like if they're promoting James Bond, they gotta know who it is, right?
100%. And they haven't said it because it probably is going to be a white man. Because a lot of people are like,
oh God, this is who they're saying it's gonna be. You're gonna be mad.
Who is that?
The guy from Challengers.
No, guys, come on. First of all, he looks like a twink.
Josh.
Look,
we need a twink James Bond.
No, we
Jesse.
don't. No, we don't. We do not have to effeminize everything, okay? Can I have a man? I don't mind if 007's gay, but like,
oh my God,
get Timothy Chalamet if we're gonna do that.
That's.
But wait, can I please tell you
not twink James Bond.
What's the pop star that Timothy Chalamet played on SNL?
Okay, no, but wait, other people. Oh, I don't know. I don't really watch SNL. It's not funny to me.
Oh, it's been funny actually the past couple. Honestly, like the past few things.
You are getting old.
I know.
Okay, never mind. I don't think that's set in stone because he would eat.
Who is that?
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Okay.
He's fine. And he's a really good actor. James Norton, but I feel like they need someone British.
I just feel like
Tom Hardy. Goodbye. No way. Tom Hardy. No way.
Yeah.
I always forget that Tom Hardy can clean up nice because most of the things I've seen him in recently, he's been like on his Leo/Christian Bale vibe with like making himself look ugly.
Okay, wait. Why did I just still am going to keep going to Timothy Chalamet. Because I've been trying to think of I thought Timothy Chalamet and... Chalamet, whatever the fuck his name is.
Oh my God. Timothy Chalamet, the god.
Him and Troye Sivan were the same person. Do you know who Troye Sivan is?
Troye Sivan?
So I thought they were the same person.
How?
I don't know, but obviously people do because that's who he played on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, really?
And like
so
spitting
funny.
images. I was like, oh.
That's really funny.
I don't know. I'm more concerned with the casting for Hercules, personally, because I need them to really do...
I bet it's going to be an unknown. Because like Aladdin, they casted an actor who wasn't really known.
Oh, no, there's rumors of who the cast already is. And,
okay, who is Hercules, they say?
If it's some white boy. He's very handsome, though.
But is he like unknown? Or is he like...
Well, I don't know a lot of these people.
Is Liz Gillies Megara?
Well, I wish it was Ariana Grande. I'm not going to lie.
I know, but she'll never take it because it's Liz Gillies' dream role and that's her best friend.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I once went to a party at Liz Gillies' house. She was an asshole to me.
Fuck that bitch. Hope you don't get it.
Ariana was there. It was when she was dating Big Sean. That's how old I am.
Okay, rumor has it's going to be Austin Butler as the young...
Oh my God. Can we get this fucking guy out of here? Him and his long face. I'm tired of it.
It is long, actually.
Enough! I'm just kidding. That's
but
so mean.
low key,
No
when you think of Hercules in the movie, he did have a long face.
Why can't we get a Greek person? What about the Greek representation?
As long as y'all pay for the trainer.
I'm dead.
Okay. Rumored, these are not legit, but rumor is that Taron Egerton is going to be the lead, like the main, like older version. Danny DeVito.
The older version? Isn't Taron Egerton the same age as Austin Butler?
They definitely don't look the same age.
Oh, he's aged a bit. I think they're the same age.
Danny DeVito is rumored to come back and play his part.
Iconic.
There is also a rumor that Dua Lipa could be Megara.
She doesn't have the vocals.
And then
I like her.
Kit Connor is also another rumor for Hercules. And then Jennifer Hudson has been in talks, which she just went on her Twitter and sang one of the songs.
Iconic.
So I would.
would be
My thing
iconic.
is I would love for them.
They are
to
the
do,
same fucking age. Taron Egerton is 35 and Austin Butler is 33.
Well, baby, look, and I'm
What happened to
39, and
Taron
bitches
Egerton?
wish.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
facts.
saying? Like that's why you need a Greek person. Okay.
I cannot with Austin Butler. Get him out of here.
All right. Let's
No.
move from movies to music, back to music, because I just want to say this about the
Because-
Grammys and the Super Bowl.
Let's talk about it. What is
I just want to talk about the Kendrick Lamar thing really quick, and not really about Kendrick Lamar, because like he has his own beef with Drake, and that's their thing, right? It's the fact that Hollywood keeps jumping on this, like at the Oscars, Conan O'Brien making the minor joke, like the Breakfast Club. Like I just am like, why do we keep
weird.
SNL the minor? Like they did their 50th anniversary thing. It's like, please, like.
It's weird that nobody is really making jokes about Diddy, who is literally in jail for like credible sexual assault, trafficking, et cetera, allegations. But like everybody has all this smoke for Drake, who could the rumors be true?
To my
Yes.
knowledge, no one has come
Could the
out.
rumors be true? Yes. Has there been certain things that have been a little sus with him with younger girls? Like he was texting Millie Bobby Brown when she was under whatever. Yeah, that's a little weird. But like not a single person has come forward and said, yeah, Drake talked to me when I was underage. Drake was inappropriate with me when I was underage. So it's so weird, this like pile on. I think it's because the song it's just like culturally relevant. But then it's like if it's all about cultural relevancy, then like where are the Diddy jokes?
No, that's what I'm saying.
You know
like,
what I mean?
It's just like I get it. It was a popular song. I bopped to it. Not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying?
It's a good song.
But
It's
it's
a great
like
song.
there are certain places and things for like we should say, you know what, this is about, whether it's true or not. Like why are we glorifying someone who has sex with?
Yeah. Well, to me,
like
it's just like
pedophilia.
making stuff like that a joke. Like,
To water it down.
yeah, I caution people of like this activist I follow.
Like
forget their
let me
name.
just say, how many people go after Jay-Z?
Yeah.
Who won't go after Jay-Z, but there have been people who have come out, whether they're credible or not, but there actually have been people
And
who
there's
have
not
come
been a
out.
single person who's come out about Drake.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But we protect Jay-Z, or the fact that the Grammys has an award named after Dr. Dre, who physically abused his wife. Like weird as fuck.
It is weird. It's definitely weird. This activist I follow, I don't know. I think their Twitter. Hold on, let me pull it up because I like to give people credit where credit is due. But basically, this activist that I follow, Imani_Barbarin. Sorry if I am like butchering the pronunciation. They post a lot of content on Twitter and TikTok, and they're great. But I remember a couple months ago, like around like Trump getting not inaugurated, but whatever the fucking
Inducted.
And yeah,
Is it
something like
inducted
that.
or
When he- when
Rock
he
and
be-
Roll
when
Hall of
he be-
Fame
when he be-
at the Big Bang Kid Rock
Honky
popping
Tonk, Rock
down.
and Roll Steakhouse.
Steak.
But this activist posted a couple months ago, back when that was all going on, they were like, I really, like, as someone who, like, studies language and, like, pop culture and all this stuff, like, I really urge you all not to memify Trump.
Yeah. Oh.
Because that's been a big part of the reason why.
Oh yes, like it's a joke.
Yeah, like.
Like we're so used to, it's like, I don't give a fuck because he's like a clown to me. Like,
Yeah. And it's like, for me, like, it's hard because I'm such a person who like copes with difficult things through humor.
which
and,
I feel like Hitler is similar. Like, I mean, I hate to, you know what I'm saying, but
no,
like
but for sure, yeah.
how we make the little jokes and stuff. It's like we shouldn't be joking about Hitler. Like,
Exactly. Like,
Weird.
I feel like we, with the internet, like and I feel like it's not just with the internet. It's probably been like this forever. You know what I mean? Jokes.
Yeah, Marilyn Manson taking his ribs out and sucking his own dick. Yeah, I made fun of it.
Well, I mean, there are just like nowadays things that they're like, you can't make jokes about this, you can't make jokes about that. And there will always be comedians and content creators and whoever that are like, no, nothing's off limits and everything you should be able to make a joke about. But I do feel like,
Which I agree with comedians at comedy shows. But it's
it's
different because
half
of
and half with me.
streaming and recording. That's the thing. That's the problem. Is
It's
it goes
half and half
mainstream.
with me. I feel like, okay, so like for example, I went to a Bill Burr show some years back. and it was like right around the time of Me Too. And I was a big fan of Bill Burr prior to this. And I still am a fan, but like basically I bought tickets to this comedy show, went all the way there. I was at the Forum in Inglewood, which you know is not close. And basically walked in and walked out and left because it was like not the height of Me Too. It was kind of like on the downtrend of Me Too, probably like 2021. And Bill Burr basically made a joke that was like, some of these stories now you're like, okay, was that really rape or are you just describing a bad date? And if I had watched that joke like at home on my couch or whatever, I would probably have been like, whatever. Like, it's not funny to me. But being in the Forum and hearing that joke and then hearing a bunch of men, like being surrounded by a bunch of men being like, woo, and cheering and clapping and laughing was so like fucking jarring and upsetting. And then he just kept going and kept going. And it was like rape joke, rape joke, rape joke, rape joke. And I literally just like turned to my...
Kind of like Louis C.K., right?
Louis C.K.'s material wasn't even honestly...
I've
like,
heard him say something.
There was like a joke here and there, but this was like a 5-minute set
like
about like Me Too. And about just like, oh, now women are going to say everything's rape and da-da-da-da-da. And honestly, he's like moved away from that. Like that's not even always like the type of material he does. It's not like Dave Chappelle who's like just completely leaned into hating on trans people. Although I feel like he's kind of moved away from that as well. Thank God. But yeah, like, sure, you can make jokes about anything and everything. You know, we live in a country where you have free speech. You can make jokes about anything and everything. But I do feel like when you have a platform, you have to think about like, for me, I would be like, I want everybody here to have a good time. And like, it's not a good time as a woman to be in a fucking gigantic stadium and hearing men clapping and laughing and hooting and hollering over rape jokes. Like, it's just not a fun time for me. I was like, I think I gotta go home.
And that traffic from the Forum.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, send me my money back.
It's for real. Bill, I'm gonna bill you.
I'm gonna bill you, Burr. I'm gonna bill you, Burr.
But no, yeah. So like, I don't know. Like, I'm half and half. Like, on the one hand, like I have dark humor myself, and like.
Same. And as a comedian,
yeah,
I definitely feel like we have. It's like I see a lot of comedians scared to be funny about certain things. And like, for me, when I was doing some more stand-up, like doing the circuit, like, you know, I've been through traumatic stuff. So it was like, I've been raped before, I've been jumped. And like, I found ways to make it funny for me and the people I was telling the joke to. It was a way for me to almost like a therapy to have that conversation. But like
completely
a straight man talking about a woman, like that's
a different thing. There's
like if he was drugged and raped by Cardi B, if he was the one drugged and raped by Cardi B and he told the story, then that's okay. But that's not what's going on.
That's the fine line.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? It's like joke about whatever you want if it relates to your personal experience in some way.
But not because you're mad because some girl said something and now you're like, oh, this bitch. Yeah.
Punching down, especially as a white man, which is like so many comedians.
Let's just I think any man should not be talking about raping a girl. Like a joking about
abortion. Like it's just not your place.
Yeah.
You know? But I don't know. What do I know?
I don't know. All right, let's get into some TV shows because you said you've been watching Love is Blind, and I can't.
Yes, the most boring season of all time.
Is it?
It's so.
What series is it? 'Cause
boring.
I worked on Denver.
Minnesota. I
don't know if I can.
Minnesota, and they all have.
Don't you know Bobby's World?
Bobby.
Okay. Is it good? Is it?
No, it's bad.
Oh, why?
So the spiciest things that have happened on this season are. One girl was like convinced that one of the guys followed her on Instagram before the show and basically like sought her out. Like once she saw him.
Happen.
Yeah. And then he was like, no, I didn't. And then she was like, okay. And now they're fine. So that was like no drama. And then basically all the drama on the show honestly is happening like behind the scenes because there's like a lot of stuff going on TikTok, but not like on the show with the couples. So it's like the show itself is boring to watch.
Really?
But there's some spice on social media.
Okay.
But basically, the spice is
they
not
filmed
even
this because what the
like 2 years ago, right?
That this one they filmed beginning of last year.
So the one you worked on is the next one. So then New England is after that, because you know they're doing New England.
Really?
Yeah. I can't wait for that one because I'm like, I know
what
someone
season
I know
is
is
it?
gonna
What
be
season
on it.
is the one we're watching right now? Is it season 8? I worked on season 9.
Season 9, lucky season.
Love is Blind. Season 8. Yeah. Okay.
It is season 8 because, yeah, it's season 8.
All right, so I work on season 9. So I came in for the reunion of the last one, and when I came in for the reunion of the last one, they were finishing filming this one. Like they filmed this so long ago that then when the reunion comes out, it's like literally no one cares.
Yeah.
And that's why I look at like when everyone was coming at Clay and what's her name from Boston, and it's like they don't care.
Oh, AD. Yeah.
AD does not care about Clay, but you guys are hating on this man. Like her and Clay are fine. Like
Yeah, they don't care.
yeah, and it's like almost 2 years after they filmed it, they're like, "Bitch,
So
I don't want
funny.
this man."
Yeah.
Like, so it's so that part of it is so interesting to me. But
Did you see? Okay, did you watch the last season, season 7?
no, but I worked parts of it.
You worked on that one
With
Okay.
Jessica.
No, she was the one. So the season 7 was after her.
Okay. Okay, no. So I worked her reunion as they were finishing season 8. They had just finished season 7.
So season 7, there was a couple on there named Ashley and Tyler. That one was spicy because Tyler had 2 kids or 3 kids.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, you don't know this tea? Okay, let me tell you real quick. I'll try to just give you the Cliff's Notes version. So Tyler had 3 kids. He did not tell this girl about the kids in the pods. And then he did not tell her until like weeks into the experiment after they met each other. But he was like, yeah, like my friend was a lesbian and her partner wanted a kid. So I was like a sperm donor basically and I have nothing to do with the kids. And then this woman, she was a lesbian, but then I guess the first kid they had,
Like
he
as a
was a
relationship?
sperm donor, but then they started a relationship and ended up having twins. And he was fully in the kids' lives, like literally like matching Christmas pajamas, like all this shit, right? And then this girl, even after she found out everything, the girl that married him, stayed with him. But then a couple weeks ago, she posted that they're getting divorced. So that's tea. If you're a Love is Blind watcher, Ashley and Tyler broke up.
Ooh, I mean, they look cute together though.
They were she's so beautiful though. She's cuter than him.
They're equally as cute. They fuck him because they look like they would have been a cute couple.
He's a psycho.
Bro, but
I'm dying
you're
to
a
know what the
weirdo.
final straw was though, because the secret children weren't enough for her to leave. So
Right.
something happened.
Guys, we gotta stop having faith in like
Men.
when you see a red flag, baby,
Run.
run. Like
That
we
means
don't
run.
Yeah, you don't need 2-3 warning
run.
shots, okay? It's given Fyre Festival. A movie everyone should watch, or series. 2, if you're into like, all right, let me put the lesser. Cassandra's on Netflix. It's about this
Cassandra.
Cassandra. I thought it was Jodie Foster in it, and that's why I watched it, and it's absolutely not. But you'll see exactly what I mean when you see it. So basically, this family today moves into this house that was built in the 70s, and it was the first AI house, like smart house. But
So is it a documentary or is it like a?
no, it's totally
okay.
whatever. But totally recommend it because it basically kind of plays on the fact of, you know, and there's a lot of conversation on this with Elon Musk and all this of putting a soul in AI.
Got it.
Crazy movie. Also, you saw Don't Speak No Evil?
Yeah, the Zoe Kravitz movie with Channing Tatum.
No, that's Blink Twice.
Oh yeah, no. Yes,
Speak
I
No
saw Speak No
Evil.
Evil with the guy from Split.
Yes.
Yes, I saw that. Actually, yeah.
Very similar energy of like, I did like how they portrayed the husband-wife relationship similarly to Speak No Evil.
Okay,
like
got
how
it.
the woman was basically like, stop being a bitch. Like,
Yeah.
very that energy.
I love that.
Totally recommend that one over the Megan Fox AI movie. 'Cause I
That was
watched-
a shit from a butt.
Right.
That was
I give
shit
Cassandra
directly fresh out of the ass.
I give
Very
Cassandra the upper on that. But apple cider vinegar, so this is a side note because I just watched these both back to back. Apple cider vinegar I watched all day yesterday because I was just like my grandmother just got diagnosed with cancer. So like it was just kind of like, and it's funny because, you know, I'm very into like learning about different nutrients, plants, and holistic things that, you know, can help kind of not cure, but like prevent, right? So that's what this movie is really about. And a big thing too, like with my grandmother, you know, they basically said like, she's old, we can't really do too much.
Yeah.
But they fought us. She has this thing with her lungs. And I said, if you're trying to get liquid out of her lungs, use mullein. I was a smoker, heavy smoker, and I can still run on a treadmill because I use mullein. What mullein does, if you have a cold, anything, it will literally pull the mucus out of your lungs within a day and then 2 days. 2 days, you're good. So recommend that. So I said, hey, you don't want to give her surgery. Can we give her mullein? They were like, absolutely not. I'm like, why? Okay. And I said to my mom, like, well, let's just sneak her in. My grandmother, you know, and who knows, it could be other things, but I believe we gave her mullein and she's
better.
Doing better. Obviously she's not fully healed, but where they've been like kind of been like ready to pull the plug, like, no, the bitch is sitting in a chair today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So whatever. So I watched this movie, Apple Cider Vinegar, based on a true story from Australia. The woman's name is Belle Gibson. Now here's how I recommend you watch this. I recommend you watch it and then go watch her real life 60-minute interview because, whoa, this bitch is a fucking psychopath. And why I want you guys to watch this is because you gotta, like how we talk about cults, this woman tricked Apple, tricked the media, tricked honestly the world. She had this thing called the whole pantry. That it was like, my mom had heard about this. She was like, oh, I heard that story. This fucking loser ass, what is it called when you lie all the time? When you just constantly are like lying about things?
Pathological liar.
Literal pathological liar since young would always say like, oh, you know, she literally told people she had brain cancer because she went and like stalked a woman who actually had cancer. And she saw how this woman was using natural medicines. So then one day she sees this fucking kid with cancer in a park and the kid has a seizure. So she starts telling people she healed her brain cancer through eating, through things. So she makes a cookbook with Penguin, whatever that book publisher
Oh, yeah.
is.
It's a big publisher.
No, it's a gag to see how deep Penguin went, the woman, to like, once they kind of figured like, oh, this bitch is a fraud. Well, let's media train her to try and,
To mitigate that, yeah.
But the part that was the most interesting about this was seeing her as an influencer and how easy it was. Like, this bitch is lying to your faces. And how easy it was for her to get online and be like, they're being so mean to me, guys, like on National Women's Day, and how the internet flocked to her defense. A woman who was lying to people and hurting people because she's saying, you don't need to go to the doctor. You can read my book and cook.
Well, they want to believe it.
No, and that's...
People just believe what they want to believe at the end of the day.
And that's the thing.
No matter what, you could fucking present them with a book of facts. But if they want to believe this, they're gonna believe this.
And that's what her original like agent at the end. You have to watch. Like, it was so good. Like, to see the part where the fans stuck up for her was so powerful because it's like, especially during this like political time, right? To see people who are so strong for Trump or Biden, like, and you're so loyal to this person that you don't know. You don't know this person,
facts.
Right? And this fucking random nobody girl who lies about everything in her life. There's no physical proof of anything she's ever said. No document. Everyone was like, can I just see, like, what doctor healed you? Like, what doctor did you go to get diagnosed? Oh, I don't want to talk about it. And people just let it slide.
Girl, bye.
Like,
bye.
people would just let this slide, and it's like,
That's fucking crazy.
the lies this woman created, right?
Did you ever? I think I.
But wait, at the end, the guy said exactly like what you said. The agent, he said, I have irritated bowels. He said, if someone told me that if I eat carrots, that's what he said. The whole thing why it's called apple cider vinegar is she told him, he said, how I got drawn into it was she had ringworms. She had ringworms on her, right? And she said, I drank an entire bottle of apple cider vinegar every day for a week. This is what, and he said, and I believed her. He was like, she was so convincing. He was like, she told me she drank an apple cider vinegar every day for a week, and at the end of the week the worm came out of her mouth and she pulled it, and he said it. I believed her.
Ringworm or tapeworms?
No, listen,
because ringworms are under your skin.
Listen, Linda, listen. So he said, and I don't know anything about this, but I'm listening. She sounded so convincing. And he's like, and I've heard ringworm, and I've heard like it can come out, all this stuff. And he said, I believed her. And he said, and the reason I believed her is because I wanted to believe her.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted to believe that if you take this magic potion and drink it, it will heal all of your powers. Because who wants to go get chemo and do all these things? Mm-hmm. And if you tell me a pill is going to fix me, he said, so I listened to her and I believe it. And he said, the more research I did, this bitch is talking about a tapeworm.
Yeah.
Not a ringworm. He said, and tapeworms come out your ass. And he said, and the way she talking, it did come out her ass.
Yeah.
And it was a really good movie because you feel for her. Like, the way they shot it, you feel for every character because they're literally the woman that she's copying word for word. Like, reading this bitch who has cancer's blog and then going on TV being like, reading the same exact thing. You sick psycho bitch. Like, yeah. Belle Gibson is her name. And then to watch her in 60 Minutes, knowing that the entire world knows she's lying, the bitch still is lying.
Oh, of course.
She's like, no, the doctor made me think I did have brain cancer.
Okay, but this is like, so do you know about Ray Peat? Have you heard of the Ray Peat diet? Mm-mm. Okay, so like Ray Peat was this guy, I think he was like a nutritionist, or I don't even know what his like qualifications
like the guy
were.
that eats raw meat. Have you seen that
yeah,
guy?
So Ray Peat was an author. He died in 2022. And he was a clinical professor. No, hold on. Who the fuck is this guy? Raymond Ray Peat was an American, I love when you go to the wiki, conspiracy theorist, quack, and cholesterol denialist. Basically, he was a nutritionist and this author. And he died in 2022, but he's gained like traction over the past couple of years. And what's really funny is that these people who like predict like trends and things like that predicted years ago that with the decline of the economy that nutrition would become a status symbol. So like being
with the $20 strawberries, that Air one?
That, yeah. So,
but you guys I saw a girl complaining about eggs in a TikTok video, and then 2
buying
videos
the $18
later
strawberry.
is like, let's try it, guys.
And I heard it's not even that good. So anyways, Ray Peat was this guy, and he's just gained like this huge following through like TikTok and social media now. And basically it's kind of similar. People are gonna like have my head for this. It's kind of similar to Atkins. It's like very carnivore. Like you eat a ton of protein, and then he encourages you to eat like a ton of fruit and carbs. And then he also said to drink Mexican Coke specifically because it's sugar cane. And he drank like a liter of orange juice basically tons of sugar and protein. And they say it's like better for hormonal balance and metabolism and whatever. But so this diet, and now I'm at the age now, I'm 36, where I've seen all these diets cycle and cycle. But
and
that diet has gotten really popular, and also just people who eat raw meat. Like if you go type in like raw meat diet on TikTok,
that's always
not even a man. There's like gorgeous girls.
No, but it came from that guy with the beard. He's always shirtless and barefoot.
I know who you're talking about.
Like,
he looks insane. Yeah. First of all, he
like,
looks
this
inflamed as fuck.
This is who you're getting your nutritional.
But like literally, like if you go to TikTok and you type in raw meat, I'm showing my friends this the other day, and they were like, "What the fuck?"
But
speaking of tapeworms,
these trends and stuff, guys, like it's like that's why I can't.
Have
with
you
the Kardashians.
tried raw meat?
This is a great way to start.
And it's just a girl eating completely raw meat. Like, this is a girl literally just eating
a chunk.
A
Literally,
chunk?
imagine going and getting a block of.
a chunk of fucking raw.
It doesn't
ground
even
beef.
look organic.
Like, guys,
I'm concerned.
there is a reason.
But I
And
really
here's the
do
thing:
feel like
Armenians
people...
eat raw meat. Like, Armenians have like a dish that is like raw steak, like, and like steak tartare. Like, I love that stuff. Like, it's not completely out of my wheelhouse, but it's like it needs to be a certain like quality. It needs to be prepared a certain way.
No,
like,
that bitch
you
looked
can't
like
just
it was
buy
literally
a
like the
fucking
most basic
block of ground beef and eat it with
Yeah,
your hands.
That's
you
what it was
psycho.
giving. That looked like didn't even look like because you know what the organic beef looks like. Like it looks. You know,
Like-
it comes in like the nice package, square. It's like this big.
You guys
no,
are
this
gonna
looked like it was in the
give-
styrofoam bottom, and she was
You
just
guys are
like,
literally gonna give yourself like diseases. Like, look, like, do you see this when you scroll through TikTok?
Okay, but this is
What
propaganda.
I eat in a day is a girl who eats raw meat.
Okay, but I feel like this is
Raw
propaganda because why are
ribeye.
they all hot?
No, they are all hot. I know.
It's just hot girls that are like, yeah, raw steak and oranges. Like, girl, you okay?
like, please listen to me as someone who has watched.
is that butter? Sticks of butter?
Yeah, oh, that's the other thing they eat. They literally eat sticks. They're eating raw steak, sticks of butter, and like fruit.
Okay, I want you guys to next week. Maybe we should talk about psyops, because.
But wait, okay, this is what I think it is. So, like, if I were to guess, like, what this is, okay, so remember in the 90s, Milk had, like, a whole fucking campaign about how, yeah, like, got milk. Like, you need milk because it's good for you. And I remember as a child, my mom did not make us drink milk. She was like, everyone that I ever knew that drank milk with every meal growing up was not to be like fat phobic or whatever, but they were overweight. Like, that is not, my mom was very much like, I don't think milk is like super like healthy thing. I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't agree. Me and my brother
have
drank the
milk.
fuck out of milk, and when I tell you, my cousins who didn't drink milk was breaking their bones every other.
Really? I've never
Literally,
broken a bone.
Me same.
But, and I like milk. I do
And-
like
and
milk.
actually,
regular milk.
When I moved to LA and started switching to almond milk or oat milk, it was.
You got osteoporosis.
I got it's like my stomach was like it was messing with my stomach kind
Well,
of.
that makes sense because if you're used to what, you know
And
what I
I
mean?
switched back to regular milk. And I don't drink milk like in a cup anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh, a cup of milk. Like,
I will sometimes.
really?
Yeah.
Like if there's cookies or something, dunk. But like I'm not like buying milk to that. But like now I put it on my coffee or my matcha, whole milk, and the way that has changed the weight loss that I lost when I switched to regular milk.
Really?
No, oat milk, something with oat milk. I don't know. Almond
Well,
milk,
oat
I'll
milk
still
is not
switch.
good
to
for you.
I'll still do almond milk sometimes,
Yeah.
but oat milk never
Well, Ray
again.
Pete, the Ray Pete diet
Okay, yeah.
says that all that stuff is terrible. You should only drink whole milk because it had seed oils. Have you heard about this too?
Yeah,
Seed
I
oils
don't
are
like
bad
seed.
for you.
No, I agree with that.
So
though.
almond isn't as nuts.
No, but certain
fall
seed
under
oils
that.
are okay, like avocado
Not
oil.
according to Ray Pete. honey.
Well,
Ray Pete
bitch,
says
butter
that.
and meat. Like, let's please be so.
But no,
fair.
anyways, I think that this whole thing of like hot people eating fucking raw steak and butter for breakfast is like the cattle industry and the dairy industry. I think
Ooh,
they've
getting
taken
people to get away from Beyond.
I think they've taken a huge
Ooh.
hit because the hot thing for a while, the trend was
Beyond
like
Meat.
plant-based and vegan and all that. And
Which I'm
like,
not gonna lie, I did like the Beyond thing at Starbucks, the breakfast sandwich.
yeah.
That tastes so good.
Really?
But then I was
don't know if
like,
I've had it.
what is Beyond Meat? Like,
I'm interested. I want to try the lab-grown meat where they take the stem cells. They take the stem cells from the actual
Mm-hmm.
like cow or whatever, like from a steak, and then they
let me know how
basically
that
like
is,
clone it.
'cause, yeah, that scares me.
Why?
I'm like,
that scares you more than the Beyond Meat.
yeah, like the older I'm getting, the more I'm like retracting back to the 90s where I'm like, I just want to know that like that's a real chicken and I'm going to fucking eat the chicken. Like, because like circle of life, bitch. Like, you know what I mean? I do think we do excess of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, I know I told you about how I was looking at that farm that one time to buy property
Yeah.
in Texas. And my mom was like, "You're going to kill the chickens?" I'm like, "Girl, no.
No.
Those are my pets. Like, I'll go to the grocery store and get chicken." Like, I'm not going to, but I'll take their eggs. Like, what's
There
up?
was a lady on 90 Day Fiance who went to Africa to meet this guy, and she had a farm with a bunch of chickens that were like her pets and was like obsessed with them and like dressed them up and shit. And then she went to Africa, and there was a scene where like the sister-in-law was like, "Oh, we have to go get a chicken from the like market or whatever," and she flipped the fuck out on everybody and was like, "You're disgusting. How could you do this? I'm not letting you guys kill a chicken, da da da." And then it got revealed. He was like, "But you eat chicken," and she's like, "Yeah, I go to the grocery store and get chicken."
Yeah, I don't want to. I said to my mom, like, because I want like the fuzzy cow. She's like, "You're gonna kill the cows." I'm like, "No, it's a pet. I'll go to the store."
You want a Highland cow?
Yes.
Like the like long hair
two of
ones?
them.
They're so cute.
I just want two with chickens. That's all I want. And white geese. Those big.
Yeah, I think
Like Babe. I want to farm like Babe.
Oh, I think everything in moderation is like the key.
No, exactly.
Like I also feel like
I've definitely cut back less on meat.
Yeah, like I feel like we should eat it, but less.
Agreed.
Because if you think about, okay, like because people will talk about like going back to like
people will wake up and eat steaks in the morning. I'm like,
psychotic.
Bro,
Psychotic.
It's not even 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
What are you doing? They're like 2 pounds of steak and avocado.
Wipe the fucking crust out of my eye, and you're eating fucking raw meat and
with
fucking
butter.
raw eggs. Like,
You're churning
stick
butter.
Of butter. No, I think everything in moderation is like the key.
Yeah.
And I think that like if people talk about like our ancestors died on that and whatever, first of all, they ate seasonally and they ate what was available. So it was like if there was a cow available to kill, then like sure they ate that, but like or if there was a chicken available to kill, but like other than that, like they probably weren't eating meat like every day.
Yeah, they're not like harvesting.
No, you know.
Animals like and the growing thing, I don't know, it only scares me because of our government.
That's fair.
And I'm like,
but the government's against it. They voted against it. It's like the government is very anti because the government gets money from the cattle, the farming industry. So they don't want lab grown. It was so hard for like even the brands like Beyond and Impossible to even break into the market because there is
like the sodium on Beyond Meat is like insane. It's like, well, I don't even want to put this on my body because of that. Like, but totally recommend apple cider vinegar on Netflix. You said one about Gabby.
Oh yeah, the Gabby Petito documentary. It's sad, but it's good. It's it definitely shows you like the warning signs of like domestic violence. Like the signs that you like that often go ignored. You know what I mean? Because he definitely did like a successful job to certain people, like if you know, to the untrained eye. Like basically he did a successful job of convincing the cops. Like they got called, there was a domestic violence incident where people called and said he's hitting her. And then the cops came and he was like, no, she was hitting me, and the cops like believed him. Because she was like crying and like hysterical and like I feel like that often happens to women where women are the more emotional one in the situation and so they get blamed.
Interesting.
When in reality it's the other way around. And then he ended up killing her. So it's fucking terrible. But it's a good documentary. It's on Netflix.
All right. Well, all right. Speaking of documentaries, we're going to wrap this up. But
for next week.
Yep. I'm so excited because I didn't even know it was happening because, you know, I've been read the book and Julie was like, well. Netflix done picked up Chaos. The book I've been talking about for the past fucking year. And I can't wait. It comes out this Friday, which by the time you watch this, it's already out. Watch it because this is what we're going to be talking about next week. And I'm so interested to see how much of the book they put into this. Because I wonder if it's going to be a movie or a series. Like, you know what I mean? It feels like it should be a series based on how much information is in the book. And to put that into like an hour and 45 minutes feels crazy to me. So I'm interested in that. But it comes out Friday. Chaos. Not Chaos with a K.
It says oh, wait. No, that's Chaos with a K. Hold on.
Which, yeah, that's with Jeff Goldblum. Which also is a good TV show. But it's about Greek gods as if they were running the world today. Totally recommend. There's only one season of it. But if you're into Greek god mythology, that's a good one. First time I watched it, I was like...
It's a movie.
A movie.
It's 97 minutes though.
Is it a documentary or a movie?
A documentary.
97 minutes. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested. But that'll be something we can talk about is the comparison of, the book to that, because that's crazy to me. And then that would also make me think like how we talked about how the government has to be involved with certain things being made, like where they like, fine, you can talk about this, but don't bring up MK Ultra this deep. That would be interesting.
We're gonna see.
Don't put certain names in this movie. Like 97 minutes is crazy because she's a big book. She's got a lot of chapters. So make sure you guys check that out so you guys can join the conversation next week. And then, yeah, we've also been kind of talking about possibly not doing these here on YouTube, but doing them live on TikTok. Let us know your thoughts on that too. Work with us. How can we make this different? How can we get this in a way? Because I guess we could go live on YouTube too, but
do we prefer TikTok?
Do we prefer TikTok? Do you want this to be more of like, you know what I mean?
You want it to be more interactive?
Yeah,
let us know.
Yeah, boom. But all right, we're back, y'all. I'm so glad we're back here. Until next week, same time, same place.
Bye.
Peace.
I will come back guns blazing.